One. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Easy Talks podcast. I'm your host, Codes. With me is my co-host, Akili the Unsaltable. And we have some guests here today, Phantom and Not Tooks. Okay, tonight we have a certain set, or rather, kind of controversial topics that we will try to get into, try to
Mhm.
cover all bases. And so, first up on the agenda, recently it had like a couple anti-vaxxers. Like I don't know if they take a plane from America and touch down in Trinidad, but there are a couple anti-vaxxers that was protesting in Port of Spain, which is our capital. So I would like to hear what it takes on that. Anybody?
There was an article saying that one of the participants in the protest was a UNC politician. I can't
Hmm.
remember his name right now. I'll get it later. He was fully vaxxed apparently, and he was participating in the anti-vax protests, leading into people saying not to trust UNC and stuff.
Yeah, but like that is the
Yeah.
reason. Like the reason he do that, right? Is a kind of tactic. Cause remember PNM in power, UNC now in power right now. So he fully vaccine now for himself, but he pretending to be an anti-vaxxer. So basically, he prefer people to turn against the prime minister. So back to the anti-vax thing, right? So like, what do you think about vaccinations on our whole? Because
Mm.
at the end of the day, they develop safe zones, right? So people with
In-
vaccination cards and
I
things like that.
find the majority of people who are against vaccines are people who are not immune compromised in order
Mm.
to not take the vaccine. They are looking at the 1% of people who died to the less than 1% actually that died against the vaccine with drawbacks.
Mm.
And I'm taking that as the entire population of people who take the vaccine. And if this
No, but
person died because of
yeah,
the vaccine, I don't want to die.
but like, I feel as though they're taking it as you don't take the vaccine, you go dead. You take the vaccine, and like the people take the vaccine, they're still dying, you know. So I think like,
They're using the fact
cause
that they
like in the
have
news,
rights to not take it.
like in the news itself, right? In the news, they highlight this particular story about how a man and his son had take the vaccine,
They
right?
ended that thing.
Had take the vaccine, and like the woman, like they take it for her sake, right? Because she wasn't vaccinated, right? But the father had own a car wash and thing, da 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 da. The son going to school, so they take the vaccine to protect her because she was unvaccinated. But then both of them end up coming and die. They real highlight that story, so it throw like I think it throws some people in a uproar. You know, like saying that look people taking the vaccine and still dying. So is the point? You understand? But like why I think about like people don't understand. It's like a vaccine would is not considered to be a cure, right? Is really hard to do with your own body, dog. It's like if your body could take this virus, like if your body could withstand this virus, but the
If you could
vaccine is
only
supposed
lift,
to help.
if
The
you could
vaccine is
only
supposed to
lift
help them.
25 kilograms of wheat, but you want to lift 100 kilograms of wheat, it's not possible. You have to train your body in order to
Yeah,
lift the
you have
100
to train your
kilograms. That
body.
is basically what the doctors and all telling people to take the vaccine is to train your body to fight the virus.
On the other
But you
hand,
want to
like
look at the less than 1% of people that will get the
on the other hand, I
side
wanna
effects.
play I wanna play devil's advocate a little bit because I ain't even gonna lie to tell you, like the thing is, I have no problem with taking the vaccine or whatever, though, cause like, dog, it's a fight or nothing, like, cause like, and the reason I'm saying that is because in a way, it's like they indirectly forcing you. The government is like, Okay, like from at the start they was preaching about, yeah, you had the right to, you had the right to take it or not to take it, but it was like urging you to take it. Like the thing was, okay, you had the right to take it. Like I just advise you to take it, but you do have to listen to me, right? That is the incentive that there was on before, but now they're closing down practically everything for people who are not vaccinated. Like just before, there was only opening schools for vaccinated people. You understand? And what ended up happening was a whole uproar, and they ended up having to open it back for all students, people who are not vaccinated. And then it had like the way I was talking about the minute cases where people can't get vaccinated. You understand? Because of these particular illnesses or the premeditated illnesses that they already have in the body or in the generation or whatever, right? So it's like, what do you do with them people that can't take it? Would they just be isolated from society forever since they
No, I
can't
don't.
take the vaccine?
I don't necessarily think that's the government. That's what they're trying to appeal to, or really their goals. I really think their goals is more or less to appeal to those who can take it, who just don't want to take it, because I think they're just trying to get the herd immunity thing, right? Not everyone needs to be vaccinated for for us to survive. Because the thing about it is,
The
right?
majority of people that going out there needs to be
Right.
vaccinated, so
That's what
this
they want.
virus could go.
They want at least 80% of people to be vaccinated, right? Because then you would say then a massive portion of the population is vaccinated, so that opening up places wouldn't be as high of a risk. Because even if COVID was spreading, people would have a much higher chance of surviving, as seen basically by the numbers. Because even people who may have taken the vaccine who have gotten COVID, they survive. 90% of them actually do survive, even with additional health effects, basically, right? And it's
Hmm.
only really the unvaccinated that really get taken out by the vaccine, by the virus. Sorry.
Yeah, like as in the stats says, the majority of people that died was unvaccinated or had only take one dose, right? But the problem people having is because what messing with people mentals basically is the fact that people who take the vaccine dying, and that is the thing. Their whole thing is like, why take an injection if people are still dying? You understand?
Well,
That is
the
their
thing
whole
about it
concept
is, I
about
think they're
it.
watching at it completely selfishly, because if you think about it this way,
And you
right?
could, yeah, you
If
could make
you
an
if
argument for that,
you
yeah.
exactly, if you yourself took the vaccine, you would be reducing the chance of not only spreading the virus, but also the lethality of the virus in itself, which means you not taking the vaccine kind of directly contributes to your fellow men, whether that be vaccinated or unvaccinated, uh, dying from COVID as well. I think
Hmm.
the approach with everybody is just like they care too much about themselves. It's all about me. What's gonna happen to me? Or this with me. They don't really watch the community as a whole, and it's because of that selfish like approach to everything as to why I think the government has become like so stringent with the rules and cracking down on opening back up, but only for vaccinated people, because they, one, don't want the vaccinated to become ill, and two, because they really just want the unvaccinated to join back society by getting themselves vaccinated.
And you know what's the funny thing? Like, an next story, like, based on how you talking about stringent stuff, right? Yesterday, the PDP won the THA elections, right? I think it was yesterday or the day before, right?
Yeah, it
And
was
then
the
Watson Duke gave a whole big speech about how Trinidad have no say in Tobago affairs. And he was like, "Come next week." I think on this he said this like I don't want to misquote anything, but like he said around this kind of thing. That's all. Come next week, or they go be on the beach sharing a drink and lime. And I was like, okay, even if they win PDP, even though PDP won the THE elections, the Prime Minister has overall say on the two islands. So the fact so is like he indirectly trying to say that I running a coup because it was a landslide victory, like, cause like PDP won 14 seats and PNM won 1 seat, and I was actually shocked by that. But they could have see I see this influencing the general elections, the next what is general 2025. So yeah, next 4 years I could see this because for general elections it only had 2 seats in Tobago, and if PDP could win Tobago in the THE elections, they can, because Tobago basically screaming this for years that they want
Change, basically.
be yeah to be their own country basically.
Well, not
Oh,
necessarily to be their own country. That's not
That's
what
what
the Bureau
I'm
is
telling you.
saying.
Like Watson Duke and them was
Yeah,
saying
yes,
after
that's what Duke wants,
they
but
want
that's not
Trinidad to
what the
have they want
Begonians want.
Trinidad to have like Tobago not to be tied on to Trinidad. They want Trinidad to have no affairs, like have no business being in part of Tobago affairs, and that's the statement they made when they won the THA
That's what
elections.
Yes, that's what PDP says. But the thing is, when PDP says that thing, they don't represent the whole of Tobago. And I
They
know that
can't
people,
represent the whole of Tobago.
and I know that
Tobago,
people
I
are gonna
firmly
like
believe that
strongly
Tobago
disagree.
can't live without Trinidad.
No, Tobago really
well,
can't.
like
They
how
can't
how
survive.
would Tobago sustain itself without Trinidad?
It can't. I don't think it can. I
It
really don't
can't.
think it can.
It really cannot. But that's not so much what, again, Tobago really wants. What I think Tobago really wants is they want to be able to handle their own affairs with more confidence. And sometimes that means more funding, which I would agree that Tobago is, for the most part, actually for over like the last 20 years, a little bit underfunded, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
And the
because the
government,
budget, I ain't gonna lie, the budget allocation was kind of
yeah,
shaky.
and the government could have all done a little bit better. I mean, in some cases, sometimes during the 20 years, yes, things were a little bit better than others, but still, overall, it could have been a little bit better for Tobago on a whole.
Bro, right now we broke though.
But
Because
also, the thing about it is, I'm not really watching the money per se. What I'm really watching is, if you know you're a party and you're going into this knowing that you're going to have limited funds, then you should try to do as much as you can with those limited
no, but
funds.
like this is
Or you
this
can
is sad
invest that
reality.
more
Huh?
money. Yeah.
This is the sad reality of Trinidad politics. Trinidad within Trinidad politics, like when it comes down to election time, is basically it is a desperate cry to tell people what they think they can get done. Then when they're in power, don't get
Promises that
nothing.
can't be fulfilled.
Exactly, and they
Because
don't.
because like Kamala, for instance, she said 50,000 jobs, and you understand, like she said when she was in power, laptops for everybody, but then laptops stop at our year. You understand? So it's like that's how Trinidad politics is. Like there's like throughout the 5 years, the other party, the
Well,
opposition, go and try to bring down the party in power instead of trying to work with them or whatever. And then after when they come down
It's
to
really
election
a game
time,
of cat and mouse.
they can
That's
yeah
the
they
thing.
can
the laptops didn't stop because of her. The laptops stopped because of PNM. They took they stopped the laptop.
No. Well, yes, but no.
she
Remember, Kamala
wasn't
had. Oh, yeah, she had one more term, but she stopped it before the term actually
yeah she
ended.
was still in power when she was because we had I think is we enter from 2014.
Yeah,
So she had a
but
whole
we
year
also
again.
had the newest laptops out of the all the laptops to be in order.
She had a year again, and it wasn't like I think she like do it. I think the laptops on them was like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, it was three
Like how
years.
long she in it for? She 5 years. She like two,
Yeah, it
three
was
years.
only 3 years.
But the thing is, the government is supplying laptops. It's just, it's just like for like they're just supplying it to the school and so like for your
To the
personal.
individuals, exactly.
Yeah, they are
But,
supplying laptops because
but
A very
like
small
my
amount
that's
last
too.
kind of the smarter
like
way to
my
do it.
last my
People,
last year my last year in Trinity, like when we was
I was
doing certain
agree.
SBS and thing, they literally used to call the IT technician and used to bring down a whole case tray for our laptops, and it used to be like literally, I don't know, like it was so fresh because the laptops used to be like the laptops was on something charging that, and like when you pull it out, it hang on, like it was fresh, it was fresh. But like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so how we reach the politics, man. Anyway, back to the
You giving out your school too
anti-vax,
well?
yeah, back to the anti-vax thing. We're straight, hang on, like, to the anti-vax thing, right? Certain people get arrested as usual because of the protest and thing. And
Right.
It
red
wasn't because
person,
of protest. They got arrested because there was like rowdy and
Yeah, they was being rowdy and they weren't adhering to the protocols.
there's like there's like Rowley must go, Rowley must go. I saw the videos. They're like Rowley must go, Rowley must
Yeah.
go. And then after when Kamala into power, Kamala must go, Kamala must go,
But the
Kamala
thing,
must
like
go.
I said, the whole problem with that whole
The problem I see is like you can never satisfy a whole country.
no,
You
I
could
mean the
never
thing is,
satisfy
if
a
both
whole
sides
country.
would actually work together, they probably would come close. But
But
they
they would
never.
never work. The reason why they would never work together because they want to be in power.
Exactly.
That is the thing. Because always because we in a
Exactly.
democracy
Yeah, people just care
where
about being.
everybody had a voting
They care
everybody.
about doing anything.
But the thing is why is in our system with our system they're supposed to be working together because
Exactly.
our system is based on the winner is based on how many seats you take. But that don't mean
Hmm.
you win all the seats. You
Exactly.
understand? So that means it literally that MPs from different parties.
But
So they're
then
supposed to
again,
be working together as a government, but
the
because they want
opposition
to be
should
in power
be
now,
encouraged.
because they want to be in power,
Yeah.
the reason why you're bringing on ten them down is because you want to be in power. Nobody can
Exactly.
work together because all is sharing seats in our parliament.
Yeah. I think we should come up with some way to encourage the opposition to want to
Or you
work together
encouraging
with the.
them because I can't like you can't even try to talk down Kamala for doing that because when Kamala was in power, they was Rodian was doing the same thing.
No, but what? Well, yes, but to a much lesser degree. You'd realize when Kamala was in power, about
Like I even
85%.
yeah, I never gonna like Kamala like Bacana, like point blank, like
Yeah,
all she
she
all
does.
she all she candidates like Bacana too. Like every little thing
Exactly.
they fighting.
Every little thing is a problem if with them
I ain't gonna
because,
lie,
like I was saying,
When Rowley had
when
said
PNM was the opposition, 85% of the bills passed were actually passed in the parliament, right? 85 of the bills proposed to pass, but like now, anytime Rowley goes to the parliament with a bill, it's always some big fight down over something. You understand? And it
like
could
I
be
ain't even
like
gonna
this.
lie, when Rowley say he never get drunk and never drink alcohol, I was like, nah Rowley, you can't be
No,
lying.
no, no. It's
You
not that.
can't be
He said
lying when
he
people
didn't
catch
drink
you.
alcohol and get drunk. He didn't say he didn't drink alcohol.
You
He
say
said he never.
don't.
He said he don't drink alcohol and get drunk. People often omit the last part because he paused in between them.
No, because like we personally
But
see
if you see them
he
drunk,
drinking, having a good time, whining on somebody in carnival and
well,
thing.
Oh, carnival. Ah,
Yeah, like we see that
yeah.
already, like that picture surfaced already. So
he
I was like,
supports one family. Let's remember that.
and imagine no, but imagine he tell Kamala they were drinking rum and get out my face.
No, but who you think drinks rum more often?
No, but no, we obviously see Well, let me not get into it. I don't know,
let's
sir,
not,
because
let's not get
I don't know the personal life. So all we know, Rolly might be drinking right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, I wouldn't blame him. Like, imagine you the prime
You
minister of
understand?
Trinidad.
He probably vex himself to close down the bars. You understand? So we never know. We never know. We don't know what's going on in their head. But all we know that is they're trained to the bone because of how they get on in parliament.
Yeah.
Just drink your rum and get up my face. Meet me outside on the pavement. Like who does what? What? Imagine imagine you watching your prime minister tell our next MP that meet me outside on the pavement. So we can cough it up.
Trinidaders get popular over retarded things and
Yeah, so
okay.
why you saying so we could, like, we run out of 5 minutes? Imagine you and your prime minister and you telling you that.
Honestly, I
Anyways,
don't think I could ever be prime minister for that
like
reason. Like,
and
I
Gary
would be
Gary himself at the moment, like the former commissioner,
Yeah.
this man know he doing an
last few
interview, right?
decades, we
He in
have
an
seen
interview,
that Trinidad and
but
Tobago, we have
apparently
natural talent,
policemen
we
doing
have raw
something that he
talent.
don't like.
Raw talent.
Telling him man they shook with that. I
We
was
are
like, what?
chilling,
You
my
talking to
boy.
him like a little
Now
child,
in
you
the
know?
background.
Yeah, you talking to him like a little child, you know? Like that's how, like that's his son,
No,
you know?
it's like
And
God
then say
fearing.
like
I feel like I'm back in CIC.
he was like I will
I need
cough you.
to
I was like,
do
what?
this.
Like
Okay.
what this man going
For the
on
last few
there? Like we
decades,
gotta
we have
find that
seen that
video
Trinidad
and
and Tobago,
play it
we
somewhere
have
though because like
natural
this man,
talent, we have raw
I was
talent.
like,
It has
what's going on with
ensured
this
our
man? Like
success in.
this man, what I will
Oh,
cough
tough in
you.
the head, you know.
A big man, no?
Hmm.
And he know he doing the interview now. The camera not picking up anything. You talking, just talk you talk, and then you could get on like a chin, and then after, you know, auntie, man, telling a big man I go coffee in your face. Stop doing shit with this. I was like, oh yeah, like, what I'm doing so that high is so tight.
In
Well,
fact.
at the
Oh
time
man,
he was given an interview and the officer in the background was making noise. That's why he tripped off on him. It was like the third time he make noise
Oh, it
and
was
trip off
two
on him.
time. Oh,
the
okay.
man said I go coffee in your face. Oh my god, he was out coffee in your face. You know. Like I never see one. Like if I was an officer, I'm the commissioner tell me that I was like run off feed. I was like run off feed. Telling you. Like run
No,
off
but
feed. So if
I
you're
think
getting so vexed.
we don't
If
even
you're
have a
getting so
commission
vexed.
about it.
Cause like I find I didn't hear them. I find the camera wasn't picking up nothing. Like the camera was like he talking, thinking like even the person recording him and thinking him, they not even phased by the thing on them. So you know why he getting so. But but I remember when Gary no touched on it. Everybody was afraid of Gary. Everybody saying what when he had to happy hour over. Everybody was like, yeah, Gary's our boss. Gary is our boss. Everybody saying no, I'm gonna call Gary for you. And now you're
Mm-hmm.
thinking about Gary now he really a gunta to it because I think he living in a like he houses like I think it's a barracks, a old barracks in Saint James.
And so, yeah,
Some teacher had them
in
in
St. James.
Saint James. Yeah.